From being homeless to helping the homeless, a Metro Detroit woman took her pain and turned it into progress. Now she's made a promise to help others do the same.
Our Andrea Isom has spent some time with this incredible individual who's sharing her story and her journey, one that simply says you can make it if you try.
Born in the city of Detroit, 47-year-old Rita Fields was met with many obstacles.
I was born into a family situation that was incredibly challenged. I think that on top of that, the fact that I had a parent who was suffering from mental illness, when you happen to be poor and you happen to have other struggles that are compounding your life situation and you're a child, it becomes incredibly difficult.
It becomes something you want to escape from. So she did.
I ran away from home when I was 17.
To live on the streets, panhandling by day, and living in fear as she slept on those same streets by night.
It was incredibly alienating. This strange thing when you realize that people are purposefully trying not to acknowledge that you're there. It's very dehumanizing.
She was homeless, hungry, hurting, and heartbroken.
I think I was pretty close to starting to die, actually.
Rita's health was suffering, and she was 7 months pregnant. But that day, one person suggested one place, and almost at once, everything changed.
It was South Oakland Shelter. It was a really remarkable day.
The South Oakland Shelter, which is now under the Lighthouse umbrella. It is fitting that the two are now one, because their philosophies are the same. Meeting people where they are, with no judgment, just love.
I was taken care of and nurtured.
The shelter is where Rita found true friendships, safety, stability.
I actually found that sense of connection that I had been missing for so long while I was on the streets. It truly, in many ways, saved my life.
And that is when her life began. Rita finished high school. Then she went off to Marygrove College.
I had a double major in English and psychology. And then a few years later, I decided to go back for my master's. And then years after that, I decided to go back for my doctorate.
Dr. Rita Fields has a Ph.D., a doctorate of management from Walsh College. She is also an educator, a professor at the University of Michigan. Because of God, she says, and the South Oakland Shelter. The people there who encouraged her, supported her, empowered her. Dr. Fields forged a new path for herself and for her son, Alaric.
I just wanted to make sure he didn't have to eat out the garbage can too, and that he wouldn't be ashamed of his mother. Wanting my kid to have someone to look up to.
And does he ever? Now we all do. And Dr. Fields is paying it forward at the place where it all started as Lighthouse's new Chief Talent and Strategy Officer.
I just never imagined that, this broken girl who was coming into this place that really provided her with shelter would one day be an organization that would allow her to actively participate in assisting others who aren't exactly where she was. And so I am beyond honored. Can't tell you. I think that we are minding the world by sharing our struggles and our successes, and I think that's really important. I take that very seriously, and I'm honored to be able to do that in a formal capacity at the very place that showed me grace and love when I was at my most destitute. So it's an honor for me.
The Lighthouse family feels so blessed to have Dr. Fields in this role, to bring all of her skills together for the goal of serving each client with dignity, respect, and compassion to help change their lives. I'm Andrea Isom, 7 Action News.
Oh, wow, such an incredible journey and story there.
Yes, perseverance personified.
Absolutely.